Okay. Good afternoon, Professor. My name is Kishore Chalise, and I'm going to discuss the profound effect of early life stress on neurodevelopment. I will explore how different research methodologies contribute to our understanding of this critical topic. So I'll start with the introduction. Uh, early life stress refers to significant stress experience during childhood, uh, which can affect developmental pathways and has long-term effect on health and behavior. So, important of this studying this topic is crucial as it helps us understanding the foundation of many psychological conditions and can guide the development of interventions to support affected individuals from young age. So I'm moving towards the objectives and the presentation goal. The goal of today's presentation is to compare experimental and non-experimental studies to see how each contributes to our understanding of the impact of early life stress. So coverage overview. Uh, I will define early life stress, examine its neurobiological impact, and review studies that illustrate these effects. Then I will discuss the implications of these findings for therapies and interventions. Uh, so the moving towards the next slides, I will start with definition of early life stress. Early life stress includes any significant negative experiences during childhood that disrupt normal development. This could be physical, emotional, or environmental stress. So types of stressors. This stress this stress can range from physical abuse to emotional neglect or growing up in a highly unstable environment. Each type of stress has unique impact on child development. So, mm, theoretical framework. So I have key theories and application to early life stress. So key theories like attachment theory and neurodevelopment theory help us understand the impact of early life stress. Attachment theory, for instance, suggests that early interactions with caregivers save future stress responses. You know, application to early life stress. These theories are crucial as they help explain why early adverse experiences can lead to variations in developmental outcomes, influencing everything from emotional regulation to cognitive abilities. Abilities. So in this slide, I'll talk about neurobiological impact of early life stress. First is effect on the brain. So early life stress can alter the brain's structure and function, particularly in areas like the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, which are vital for emotional regulation and cognitive functions. And in short, like, and then key system involved are the HPA axis, which controls stress hormones. Uh, the amygdala, which is involved in emotional reactions like ALS, may modulate the activity of amygdala to boost anxiety and uh, other kinds of fear. And then uh, the prefrontal cortex, which is crucial for decision making, are all affected by early stress. Moving towards the next slide. The next is study selected criteria. So criteria for selecting studies are for today's analysis. I selected studies based on their relevance to the topic, the clarity of their methodology, and their empirical data. Uh, and then the explanation of experimental, I'm going to explain the experimental versus non-experimental designs. Experimental studies manipulate variables to establish causality, such as including stress in a controlled setting to observe outcome. Non-experimental studies, however, often involve observational or correlational research to identify association without manipulating variables. So overview of study one, experimental. Okay. So, introduction to study. The first study we will discuss used an experimental design to investigate the effects of induced stress on adolescent rats, conducted by researchers in 2022. It provides a clear look at how stress impact behavior and neurochemistry. So the key findings related to early life stress are these studies found that stress lead to increased anxiety and altered level of corticosteroid and dopamine in rats, suggesting that early life stress can significantly alter both emotional behavior and neurochemical balances. In slide 9, I'll talk about overview of study 2, that is non-experimental. So the introduction of on introduction to studies, like our second study, like which was published in 2021, took a non-experimental approach. It reviewed literature on development effects of early life stress, particularly under the condition of the COVID-19 pandemic. So summary of the findings and their relevance. It highlighted that children's perception of their stressful experiences play a crucial role in their development. This study um, emphasizes the psychological and social aspect of stress, uh, showing that the environment and individual perception can significantly modulate development outcomes. Okay, so moving towards the next slide, methodological comparison. I have a table. So table presentation would be, let's compare the methodologies. The experimental study provides direct evidence of stress effects, while the non-experimental study offers insights through a broad review of existing research. Both approaches are vital but serve different scientific purposes, from pinpointing biological mechanisms to understanding real-world implications. Okay, so next slide is synthesis of findings, integrating findings. Combining the insights from both studies, we see a multi-layer understanding of early life stress. Biological effects documented through experimental methods are nuanced by the psychological and environmental context reviewed in the non-experimental study. Okay, so implications for development psychology, uh, the practical implications of the research. So these studies inform the development of interventions that address both the neurobiological and perceptual aspect of stress. For instance, therapies could be designed to alter stress perceptions, which could significantly enhance coping strategies in affected children. Impact on interventions or therapies. Educational and parenting programs could focus on creating stable and supportive environments to reduce stress perception and enhance children's resilience to psychological disturbances. Mm, okay. So, future research directions, I'll talk about that. So, further research needs are for future research should explore the interaction between genetic uh, predisposition and environmental stresses. Longitudinal studies tracking children from early childhood through adulthood would be invaluable in understanding the prolonged impact of early life stress. So the potential, we also need studies that test intervention aiming to modify environmental and perceptual factors related to stress. This could include experimental design that specifically manipulate variables like predictability and safety to assess their impact on stress responses. Lastly, I would like to conclude. So, a short recap of main points are I have explored how early life stress affect neurodevelopment from various angles. Our experimental study provides concrete data on biological impacts, while non-experimental study like broadened our understanding by including perceptual and environmental factors. Mm, So by concluding the thoughts on like development psychology must adapt a holistic approach that integrates biological, psychological, and social perspectives. The integrated view allows us to design more effective, compassionate interventions, leading to healthier development outcomes for our children. Lastly, I have the references for the that I took for the presentation, and these are the some image references that I have uh, included on this slides. Um, okay, so this is all my presentation. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention. I hope this presentation has given you a deeper understanding of the complex nature of early life stress and its profound implication for development psychology. Let's continue to work towards better understanding and supporting the development needs of stressed children. Thank you, Professor.